Welcome back to Investing Talk, everybody. Hope you're ready for another exciting episode. Today, we're going to be looking at Chinese tech and AI. It's really a sector that's booming right now, and we're going to be exploring specifically CQQQ, which is the Invesco China Technology ETF, and we'll see if it lives up to the hype. We're going to be looking at data as of February 28th, 2025, so it's really up to date.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we find.
For sure. So to kick things off, let's jump right into CQQQ's performance. We're seeing a one-year return of 56.49%. It's pretty phenomenal. It's way past our benchmark of 10%. What do you think is driving this incredible growth?
Well, I think that kind of return, especially in this time frame, really is something that grabs your attention. And I think it really just shows that there's a ton of optimism from investors about Chinese tech and the potential it has for long-term growth, especially when we look at AI. It's a field where China is really making some serious waves globally.
Absolutely. Can you give us maybe a few specific examples of where China is leading in AI?
Absolutely. So they're making a lot of progress in machine learning and natural language processing, but two areas really stand out. The first one is facial recognition technology. And then you also have autonomous vehicles. Their advancements in these fields, they're really attracting attention from all over the world. And some people would even argue that they're surpassing Western companies in certain aspects.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating. I think we could do a whole episode just on that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But let's get back to CQQQ for now.
Yeah.
We're seeing an estimated return of about 15 to 20% over just the past 3 months, which is crushing our 5% target. And the one-month return is also strong at 20.14%. What are your thoughts on this recent momentum that we're seeing?
Well, this recent performance really aligns with the broader trend that we've seen with Chinese tech in general. It's not like a short-term spike, It's really sustained upward movement. And this is really telling me that the market as a whole believes in the long-term potential of this particular sector.
Interesting. So let's talk a little bit about investor confidence. CQQQ currently has $912 million in net assets. That's a pretty big number.
It's a big chunk of change, yeah. And it's a real strong indication that investors are putting their money where their mouth is. They're not just, talking about how great Chinese tech could be. They're actually putting their money into it. And that level of investment really signifies a lot of confidence in CQQQ as a vehicle for tapping into this growth.
Yeah, for sure. And the high daily trading volume, which is 1.02 million shares, is also above that 100,000 benchmark. So that also points to, a healthy level of investor activity, right?
Absolutely. High trading volume generally is a good sign because it means that it's fairly easy to buy and sell shares without those big price swings. So this liquidity that we're seeing, it's a really good sign for investors because it means they can easily enter and exit their position without too much hassle.
And all those inflows, like $58.08 million just in the past year, really paint a picture of strong investor confidence.
Yeah, it really does. It's like everybody's trying to grab a piece of the pie, right?
But before we all get too excited, it is worth noting that CQQQ does have an expense ratio of 0.65%. And while that's lower than the average for China ETFs, which is around 0.77%, it is still something that investors should definitely consider.
Yeah, that's true. It is a bit higher than that ideal 0.50%.
Yeah.
So how do you think our listeners should kind of weigh this cost against the potential returns?
Right. Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's actually a competitor out there. It's called the iShares, MSCI China, a UCI 2 ETF. And that one has a lower expense ratio of 0.40%. So investors really need to ask themselves, is that potential for higher returns with CQQQ worth that slightly higher cost that comes with it?
I think that's a really good point. It's all about finding the right balance for each investor's individual needs and risk tolerance.
Exactly.
So now let's move on and talk about risk. CQQQ has a beta of 1.15. For those who might not be familiar with beta, can you quickly explain what that means in terms of risk? Sure. So beta basically measures how volatile an investment is when you compare it to the overall market. So if something has a beta of 1, it means that it's moving in line with the market. Anything above 1 means that it's more volatile. It'll have bigger swings. And then anything below 1 means it's less volatile, so smoother sailing. So 1.15 for CQQQ puts it in that kind of moderate risk category, somewhere between 0.8 and 1.5.
Okay, so it's not a total roller coaster, but it's not a slow boat either.
Right, exactly.
And it seems like this moderate risk profile really aligns with that growth story that we've been talking about.
Yeah, I think so too. You're potentially getting access to some really impressive growth without taking on like a crazy amount of risk. But, it is important to always remember that past performance doesn't guarantee anything about what's going to happen in the future. And investing always comes with some degree of risk.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No investment is a sure thing. That's just the nature of the game. So speaking of performance, we've got this technical indicator, the 14-day RSI, which is coming in at 62.68%. So that puts it right in that sweet spot of 50 to 70. For our listeners who may not be like technical analysis gurus, can you break down what that means for us?
Sure. So the RSI, which stands for Relative Strength Index, it basically measures the momentum of those price changes. And a reading between 50 and 70 kind of suggests that the price is going up, but it hasn't reached what we call overbought territory yet. So it could be a signal that there is still some room for it to grow even further.
Okay, interesting. So you're saying all signs are kind of pointing to continued momentum for CQQQ?
Yeah, from a technical standpoint, it's looking pretty good. But it's always important to remember that technical indicators are just one piece of the puzzle, you know?
Mm.
We always want to consider the bigger picture, including things like the fundamentals of those companies that are actually in the ETF, and then also the overall economic and political climate in China.
Right, great point.
Yeah.
Always look beyond just the numbers. So let's circle back to CQQQ's main focus, which is Chinese technology, and specifically those high-growth trends we've been talking about, especially in AI.
Yeah, and this is where things get even more interesting. You know, we already touched on some of those advancements that China has been making in AI, but what's really got me excited is their commitment to actually applying these technologies in real-world situations. They're not just developing cool gadgets, they're really focused on making real improvements in areas like healthcare, finance, transportation.
So it's not just about creating like the latest and greatest tech toys. It's about making, tangible changes.
Exactly. They're not just chasing trends, they're integrating AI into their society and economy. And that's what makes the Chinese tech sector, especially AI, really stand out for investors, you know?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And CQQQ offers a way for investors to be a part of that.
Exactly. By investing in CQQQ, you're basically betting on the success of this whole Chinese tech sector, especially in AI. But, we've got to keep in mind that there are always risks when you're investing in emerging markets.
For sure. So it's important to be aware of those potential downsides. What are some of the key risks our listeners should keep in mind when thinking about CQQQ?
Right. Well, one thing that immediately comes to mind is the regulatory environment in China. The government plays a pretty big role in their economy, and those regulations can change pretty quickly, which can sometimes impact businesses, especially in tech.
Yeah, that's definitely something to consider. Are there any other potential red flags to watch out for?
Yeah, we can't forget about the geopolitical landscape. There are trade tensions between China and some other countries, like the US, and that can lead to some uncertainty and volatility in the market. So investors really need to stay informed about how these things might affect their investments.
Yeah, definitely. So it's not just about the potential rewards, it's about really understanding the potential risks as well.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say are like the top 3 things listeners should really think about before investing in CQQQ?
Okay, so number one, definitely take a look at what CQQQ actually holds, what companies make it up, what are their strengths and weaknesses. And then second, I'd say really do your homework on the Chinese tech sector as a whole. Understand the trends, the challenges, the long-term outlook. And then finally, think about your own risk tolerance. Are you comfortable with the ups and downs that might come with investing in an emerging market like China?
Those are all really good points. Knowledge is power, especially in the world of investing.
Couldn't agree more. Informed decisions, that's what it's all about.
So I think we've covered a ton of information today,
Yeah.
and hopefully our listeners have a much clearer understanding now of CQQQ and also its potential for being a part of the Chinese tech scene, particularly AI.
Yeah, it's been great talking about this. It's such a fascinating sector.
Before we wrap things up, we always encourage our listeners to do their own research and talk to a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Investing does involve risk, and past performance, is not always a guarantee of future results.
Very true. Always approach investing with that balance of being optimistic but also cautious.
Well, this has been another super insightful episode of Investing Talk. Thank you so much for being here today. It was great to have you. We hope you all found this breakdown helpful. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on CQQQ or any other investments that have caught your attention. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share this episode, and leave us a comment below. We really appreciate your support.
Yes, definitely. Keep those comments coming. We love hearing from you all.
And here's a final thought for you to ponder. Given the speed that AI is advancing at, how do you see the Chinese tech landscape changing in the next, say, 5 years? Could CQQQ be a good way to be a part of those changes? Think about it and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, happy investing, everyone.
Yeah, it really is something to think about, the potential for AI. I mean, on a global scale, It's just enormous. And
Yeah.
I think we're really just seeing the beginning of how it's going to influence things in the coming years.
I totally agree. And it's not just tech companies that are affected, right? We're seeing AI being used across all sorts of different industries in China.
Oh, absolutely. Like, think about healthcare, for example.
Yeah.
AI is being used for stuff like diagnostics, personalized medicine, even helping with drug discovery. It's pretty amazing.
And what about finance?
Oh, yeah, finance too.
It's
That's
probably
changing how they do fraud detection, risk assessment, and then there's algorithmic trading, which is a whole other world.
right. And then we can't forget about manufacturing AI is like changing how things are made.
Totally. AI-powered robots and all that automation stuff. It's boosting efficiency in factories all over China.
It really makes you think about all the ways that AI is already impacting our lives, both in China and around the world.
Yeah, it's like a whole new technological revolution happening right in front of us.
Uh,
And China is definitely leading the charge.
And that's exactly why CQQQ is so interesting, right? It gives investors this opportunity to be a part of it all.
Exactly. When you invest in CQQQ, you're getting a piece of all these companies that are innovating in Chinese tech. And, especially companies working with AI.
But of course, as we've been talking about, it's important for investors to do their homework before jumping in. They need to really understand the companies that make up CQQQ.
For sure. Don't just get caught up in the excitement. Really dig in and look at those company reports, follow what's happening in the industry, maybe even talk to a financial advisor if you need to.
Yeah, it's always good to get expert advice.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to emerging markets, like China, why is it so important to really understand things?
Well, with emerging markets, things can change quickly, and investors need to be prepared for that volatility that can come with it.
Right. Things can be a little unpredictable sometimes.
Exactly. But emerging markets have this huge potential for growth, but there's also higher risks. It's
Mm.
all about finding that balance.
Mm.
What are your investment goals? How much risk are you comfortable with?
So, for our listeners who might be thinking about adding CQQQ to their portfolio, what are some of the key things they should keep in mind?
Well, I think the most important thing is to remember that CQQQ is really focused on that Chinese tech sector, specifically those companies that are working with AI. It's a high growth area with a lot of potential. But we have to be realistic about the risks. Investing in China means you have to think about things like regulatory changes and geopolitical tensions.
Okay, so those are definitely factors to keep in mind. What else?
Don't forget about diversification. Never put all your eggs in one basket. You know what I mean? Even if you're really optimistic about Chinese tech, it's smart to spread your investments around, look at different types of assets in different regions.
That's good advice. Spreading things out a bit can help with risk.
Right. And one last thing. Stay informed, keep learning. Keep up with industry news, see how CQQQ is performing, look at those individual companies, and be prepared to adjust your strategy along the way.
So it's not just a one-time decision, it's something you have to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Exactly. It's a journey. And the more you learn about investing, the better you'll be at handling those ups and downs in the market.
I like that. Investing is a journey. So we've covered a lot today, from how much the Chinese tech sector has grown to the potential risks and rewards of investing in CQQQ.
It's been great to talk about this. It's a really fascinating area.
Absolutely. Before we go, I want to remind everyone that all the information we've shared today is just for educational purposes. It's not investment advice. You should always talk to a qualified financial advisor before you make any decisions.
Absolutely. Investing is a personal thing. It depends on your own situation, your goals, how much risk you're okay with.
So we hope this episode of Investing Talk has been informative. We'd love to hear from our listeners, so tell us what you think about CQQQ or anything else about investing that you'd like us to talk about in the future. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share this episode with your friends, and leave a comment below.
Yes, please do. We appreciate all the support.
And one last thought for you to think about. How do you think AI is going to change the global economy? It's a really big question with big implications. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Until next time, happy investing.
Yeah, it really makes you think, about how much AI could change things. I mean, it's already having a big impact on the global economy. And who knows what the future holds, right?
Definitely. It's hard to even imagine all the ways AI will shape things.
Well, I think we've done a pretty good job today of breaking down CQQQ and what it means for investors who are interested in Chinese tech and AI.
Yeah, we covered a lot. We talked about the positives, the potential for growth, how well that sector is performing. And of course, we had mentioned the risks too, like those regulatory changes that could happen And, the whole geopolitical situation.
Right. It's a balancing act, isn't it? Weighing the potential rewards against those risks. That's why it's always so important to do your research.
Exactly. Investors need to understand what they're getting into.
And as always, we encourage our listeners to reach out to a financial advisor before making any decisions. Always good to get a professional opinion.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So a big thank you to you for joining us today. It's been a great conversation.
It's been my pleasure. Really enjoyed it.
And of course, a huge thank you to all our listeners for tuning in to Investing Talk. We really appreciate your support.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
If you like what you hear, be sure to subscribe to our channel and share this episode with your friends. And definitely leave us a comment below. We love hearing from you.
Always happy to hear what you're thinking.
So until next time, happy investing, everyone.